All right, let's get started. Before we jump in, don't be afraid to take notes, pause the video, and even go back and rewatch things a few times. Trust me, this is going to take a lot of practice to get this down right, but it's well worth it. On that note, as we jump into things, we're going to keep it super laid back. I'm going to share a screen with you. We're going to role play a little bit here, and we're going to talk through the overall concepts of using your InBody machine to sell programs. So get that worksheet out and let's jump in. Okay, so the first piece and the overall theme to this class is going to be twofold. Number one, care. This was something that I look back on my business that we instilled as one of our core values. We have three core values. Number one, be positive. Number two, control your effort. And number three, care about others. The care side is a big deal, especially when people are coming to you for premium services. It's different if you're in the retail space, right? Customers walk in, they probably get a high, they buy something from you, they walk out the door. But odds are you're not in that space. You're probably in the fitness space, you're probably in the medical space, probably doing something maybe in a supplement store where you actually have real relationships for the clients and the customers that you're dealing with. So the care side of things can only be faked for so long. You really need to genuinely have passion and care for the people that you're working with. So I encourage you to go through this. If you're a business owner, instill this value in all of the people that work for you. You need to make sure that they understand this is more than just a business. It's more than just revenue. It is really changing people's lives. And if you can master the care side, which can't be faked, you're going to take things to another level. And your clients need to feel that this side of things is genuine when it comes from you. Secondly, the tonality in which you speak makes a huge difference. I'm a high energy guy. Running my gym, I'm up at 3:45 every morning. I'm coaching my classes at 4:30, 5:30 in the morning, coaching throughout the day. And I knew that if I wanted to convince people to do, say, things like burpees at 4:30 in the morning, I had to bring more energy than the rest of the class combined, or they probably won't come back. Now, that being said, when it comes to using your InBody machine, I need to know exactly when to kind of tone things back a little bit. Maybe not bring all that energy, but have genuine conversations with people, be engaged, and more than anything, act curious as to where they've been, what they've tried, and where they want to go. So throughout this class, we're going to talk about tonality a lot. Remember those two things. You can't fake caring for somebody, and your tone absolutely matters. So let's jump into this. The three core C's: competence, confidence, and conviction. Competence comes from the knowledge around everything that you do. So we're going to assume that whatever field you're in or whatever business you own or whoever you work for, whether it's selling GLP-1s, peptides, hormone treatment, personal training, fitness packages, or supplements of any kind, that you already have a really good knowledge base around those things. Now, if you're a new employee just getting started at one of those businesses, I encourage you to dive in and absorb everything you can. Learn from the people around you and really become competent in all the products and services that you're offering. You want to be able to explain things on a very simple level to any person that asks any question about anything you do. And my advice is to imagine you're talking to a grade schooler. Remember that TV show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Use that. Trevor's not smarter than a fifth grader. You've got to explain this to me like I can understand it with very limited knowledge. So you want to understand on a deep level everything about every service that you sell, every service you provide. But I think the real measure of your competence is being able to simplify it enough so that even a fifth grader can understand it. So keep that in mind. Competence, this is basically learning. So when it comes to the InBody result sheet, you need to understand every section of that result sheet, exactly what it means on a deep level, but be able to explain it on an elementary level. And we're going to come back and actually look at a result sheet here in a little bit. Second piece, confidence. It's basically his experience. You can't rush confidence. In order to be confident in anything you do, it takes repetition and a lot of repetition. So for this, you're going to want to role play. You're going to want to get as many people on your InBody machine as you possibly can and have the same conversation over and over again. So confidence comes from repeating something over and over. The more you do it, the more confident you're going to be in that process. Conviction, the third C. It's just being passionate about what you do, believing in what you do, believing whatever program you're selling really works. So for me, I believe beyond any shadow of a doubt that our nutrition program would get unmatched results. And it did. I could prove it. I saw it over the course of the years, but my results during that first year, right, kind of laid the foundation for all the conviction moving forward. I knew that it would work. I saw it, but it was even hard for me to believe at some point. And I would see the data on the InBody, and the more that I did it, the more convicted in my program I became. So clients 0 through 50, it was cool. I saw the results, but clients 5, 6, 7, 800, for me, there was no question about what we could do. And so when I had that conviction in believing in my program, that I knew I could get results, I was no longer selling something. I was just sharing my passion and sharing stories about what we do. And then I had all the data to back it up. The best way for me to explain this is imagine your favorite sports team. There is nobody that can convince you beyond any shot of a doubt that whoever you root for, they are not the best team, the greatest organization, your favorite players aren't the best in the whole world, and you can go on and on for hours about that. If you're not into sports, think about anything else you're passionate about, right? You want to bring that same passion, that same conviction to every program that you offer when it comes to selling it using your InBody. Okay, so there's going to be 3 key questions that we're going to dive into as you move through the InBody result sheet. What are your goals? Get your client to tell you what their goals are. Because the minute that they have goals and they open up about them, the minute that you've got the thing to help them reach their goals. When they tell you they have goals, you have the answer. The next thing is, what have you tried? Everybody's tried something. When it comes to nutrition, they've tried diets in the past, whatever it is, something that didn't work. If they tried it and they're not where they're at today and they aren't still doing it, it means that they didn't get the result that they wanted, or it means they did for a little bit and kind of went backwards. You've got the program. So for me, I help clients develop healthy habits that are going to last a lifetime. Whatever they tried before, we might do some of the same things. We're just going to build on them. We're going to help them be healthy forever. The final thing is, what do they need the most help with? Most people, no matter what program you're offering, they need to do one of 3 things. They need to cut through all the noise. Think about all the social media influencers that are out there. People don't know what to believe in the world today, right? They also need accountability and motivation. From a nutrition perspective, if people could get healthy on their own, 70% of Americans wouldn't be overweight or obese. And we know that they need accountability, they need motivation that comes from a coach. Then they also need to understand exactly what the right answers are to everything they're trying to do. And finally, when it comes to closing the deal, at the very end, whatever you're selling, you don't ask them if they're interested, right? You're going to assume that they are. If you've done a good job to this point, it's going to be something as simple as, hey, look, I've got time on Friday at 2 o'clock or Monday at 11 a.m. What does your schedule look like, right? Don't ask them, hey, do you think you want to give my nutrition program a shot? That's not going to carry the same weight. Okay, so keep that in mind, and let's dive into an actual result sheet and how we're going to move through this.